Hello, everybody. We are live. As always, let's begin properly with the Denver Sucks in the chat. Denver Sucks in the chat. Let's see how many of these we can get in the next 20 seconds. How's everybody doing today? I hope we're doing well. So, for those who don't know, the EGU, which is the European version of the United States AGU, the European Geophysical Union's major General Assembly meeting is exactly 1 month away. But they have put all of their abstracts online. There are some absolute bangers in there. We're going to be going over that. We can't do them all in one day's show. We're going to be hitting some of the best ones over the next several days. So pretty much every day for at least the next couple of days, there's guaranteed to be an outstanding link to follow or a bit of new science. It's going to be positive. Anyway, given the fact that the majority of those articles are about the Earth's magnetic field, and we just had a special couple of videos on Earth's magnetic field and how it's changing, I figured let's go ahead and chat about the Earth's magnetic field. We are in the midst of a magnetic pole shift, a geomagnetic excursion, and would like to get to some of your questions. I will ask that if you are going to ask questions, please have done the homework. Please have done the homework. It's a very bright, shiny thing there. The Earth disaster video and the solar micronova video are amidst the playlist that you can find below the video there. I'm going to try to keep it mostly salt-free. Going to try to be nice to everybody today. No promises, because after all, snowflakes are supposed to melt. Again, if you're going to ask a question, don't make it personal and about your location. Right there. Don't ask like, what? I live in this city or I live near this mountain. Don't do that. I'm not going to stop everything that we're doing here and go look up whatever your location is. And as always, please do not forget the most important rule of all. Denver sucks. Now, anyway. All right, first good question I'm seeing. Is the micronova more likely to happen during grand solar maximum or minimum? Definitely a minimum. Definitely a minimum. You need to have that shell building up in the corona. How are you going to do that if you've got solar flares blasting out CMEs, if you've got stronger solar wind, if you've got coronal holes pushing it out, if you've got plasma filaments ripping away? Now, it needs to be during a sunspot minimum, preferably a grand solar minimum, so that there is not as much energy pushing things out. Yeah, that's definitely the answer to that one. How many advanced civilizations has Earth lost? How many times do you think we have been through this before? I don't know, every 12,000 years? I have no idea how many advanced civilizations. No idea. It's a good question, though. At least one. Ben, what happens to gravity during the flip? Oh, you don't know? Yeah, gravity's completely gone. We all get thrown off the planet. And then once the flip is over, we magically respawn here on the planet. No, gravity's not going to do anything. There's going to be no interesting gravitational issues when the flip happens. Chances of grand solar minimum next solar cycle. We can't know that until the sunspot cycle begins to descend and we can see the solar polar magnetic field strength. There's no way to predict that until sunspot maximum is over and we begin to decline. That is very, very solid science right there. How bad do I think the next excursion will be? Billions of people will die. Oh, my goodness, the questions are coming in quickly. Will this change human behavior, like make people go crazy? You mean like what we're seeing now? Have you seen my video called World Going Crazy? The short answer is yes, and it's already doing that. What happens on April 8th, the solar eclipse? The moon comes in between the Earth and the sun, and if you're in the right part of Earth, you can actually see the eclipse. Other than that, nothing. Nothing. Why am I getting no questions about the magnetic pole shift? Ben, do you think DARPA's influence at the South help us? I have no idea what that means. In your opinion, are we cooling now? No, we are becoming more extreme now. Hey, Ben, will the ranch be able to host RV travel trailers? That is the main public purpose of the ranch. It is an RV park. And I am still not getting any questions about the magnetic pole shift. Bobo the Spider. No, that is not correct. Does the squatting man petroglyph reflect what the sun will look like when it novas? No, that is in the atmosphere from the cosmic discharge. And I still don't have any questions about the magnetic pole shift. Texting. Do you want help with live streams? I am local with all. I appreciate that very much, man, but I think this works pretty well. I'll tell you this, you keep spamming the questions, somebody's going to snipe you. First super chat of the day. I mailed you books today. Any thoughts on underground grow rooms to protect extra soils, fertilizers, seeds, etc. against the gamma radiation? What gamma radiation? Gamma radiation is not going to be too much of a factor in this. Even if the micronova blasts out a huge amount of gamma radiation, it ain't getting through the atmosphere. Gamma radiation is powerful, but it doesn't penetrate through very much. It tends to get absorbed. The main radiation we have to worry about is ultraviolet and particle radiation. Protons, electrons, neutrons, muons, heavier ions of cosmic rays, things like that. But yeah, I'm a fan of underground grow rooms. Definitely. Do you think NASA will release any updates on the pole shift? No, I don't. Do magnetic pole shifts happen on other planets? I presume so. I don't see why they don't. And we see evidence of magnetic changes on all the planets. That question came from Francisco Babel. Have you done the homework, buddy? Do the homework before you ask questions. I go over the magnetic changes on all the other planets and the sun. They are happening already. Do you think planet alignment will make a difference? No, I don't. Do you think that they are no longer renumber the runways because they are altering the software and the satellites? They are still renumbering runways. Any more insights on the recent U.S. Air Force paper? No, I pretty much went over all of it there in the special video I did on it. I literally went over all the. Is that Tony Rango? What's up, buddy? I pretty much went over all the interesting parts, and it wasn't like there was anything new in there that observers didn't know. It's just nice to see that coming from that kind of place, really. Does pole shift cause warming? It causes warming and then cooling. Will the tide stop for a day or two? No. Will the big plastic patch in the ocean dampen the effects of the arc discharge? No. I have to say, these are some of the most different questions I've ever had to start off a show here. When does Observer Ranch open? It all depends when we can blast our way through some red tape. May, June, something like that. We're hoping for May, might be June. Could the mild winter in Michigan be related to the North Pole moving away? No, it's related to El Nino. What about compass maps and our ability to navigate, change the pole locations? We're going to redo all them. Technically, yeah, we may have to redo a bunch of maps, although it's not like you're going to be traversing the world after everything collapses. When will we get an official update on the magnetosphere strength? 2025, hopefully. That's when the next official update on the magnetic field occurs. But then again, they haven't given us updates on the strength, the last 4 of them. So I don't know. How long will the pole shift take? Cornish, do your homework. Do the homework before you ask questions. Is John Vogt's time frame correct? Who is John Vogt? You mean Doug Vogt? And it maybe is, maybe it isn't. Doug's best work was on the micronova isotopes, proving that the sun does nova. Other than that, he's correct about the cycles. In general, he's correct about a lot of the past evidence of things and the cooling that's coming. But a lot of what he said just cannot in any rational way be reconciled with the past evidence or the modern observations. Again, that is if you're talking about Doug Vogt. I have no idea. How far have the poles shifted? Which one, north or south? Snowflake melted. Will pole shift give AOC a brain? I wish. That would be nice. Dude, when will the magnetic pole shift happen? Are you kidding, man? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Do the homework before you ask questions. What the heck is going on here? Like, what is going on here? Hey, Ben, I have no questions. I just want some salt. Zach, I'll see what I can do. If it keeps going like this, we won't have salt. Uber Archangel, my friend, how are you? Do you think there will be reverberation of the magnetic fields as it flips or stops? And what do you think that might cause if it does? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. The more activity in the magnetic field during the flip, the better, because the less activity, the weaker the field is. I hope we get some reverberations. That would protect our planet a little bit more. But I honestly don't have any way to know. Devil Comet could affect the shift. No, it's not coming anywhere near our planet or anything else. Dan M., I see you haven't done the homework. You also got sniped for your question, which is funny. Sirius didn't have a nova. Proxima Centauri had a super flare. Same with Barnard Star, AD Leo, and one of the Gliese stars. The problem is, 1, I don't trust their distances. 2, every star takes a different amount of time and a different amount of triggering to make different kinds of outbursts, super flares, micronovas, etc. And so, no, there's no way to guess exactly. Will magnets make my pole shift? Yes, Ronnie, they will. Hey, Ben, please repost the old fly on the wall Agenda 21 talks for the new observers. Have you listened to them lately? How is Mess Davidson doing with her pole shift reduction efforts? Okay. Making sure I didn't miss any here. Making sure. What do you think about using grounding sheets for your bed? It's interesting, but not necessary. Just get out and just step in grass. Spend 15 minutes walking in grass every other day, and your body's going to be very, very grounded. You don't need to do as much as some people are obsessed with doing. Dear friends, in case you aren't getting it, please do the homework. Thank you. Ben has put a lot of, seriously, like, it's as easy as humanly possible. Do you want to know more than not only 99.9% of people, 99.9% of scientists who study the Earth and the sun? Watch these 2 videos. They are linked right down there below. It will take less than an hour, and you will be top 0.1% knowledge of all this stuff. If you haven't done the homework watching those 2 videos, which again are right down there and made easily understandable at approximately the high school level. If you can't be bothered to do that, you don't really give a shit. And you're just like, duh, I want to ask some questions here. And then I'm going to make fun of you. Do the homework, people. Thank you. How long after the excursion would the magnetic field regain full strength? Would it come back even stronger than we remember it in modern times? I imagine it would come back stronger. It would come back to near full strength almost right away. That's how we get the golden age that follows the disaster. Weeks at most. Because don't forget, we're getting super flares on a daily basis in the wake of the micronova. And at that stage, it's just going to juice the planet back up. Those are going to induce to the core. If the micronova itself doesn't induce enough into the core to jolt us right back up to full strength. Hey, Ben, got your 4 books for Christmas. How about that? So much good stuff. Blissfully Lala sends a teal pair. Aw. Her channel got deleted, defending the observers. Oh, man. That's a shame. That's a shame. She was cool. Ben, if we are currently at very low geomagnetic strength, would the greatest geomagnetic strength correlate to ancient tech golden ages? The greatest geomagnetic strength we know of was the Levantine Iron Age anomaly 3,000 years ago. And before that, you got to go back very, very far. And of course, 3,000 years ago was halfway in between now and 6,000 years ago, the previous excursion. It makes sense that if we're having these excursions every 6,000 years with big ones, the 12,000 year marks, that at the 3,000 year in between marks, we're going to have the peak field strength. So I don't know what you have in mind when you say ancient tech golden ages, but if you're talking about anything around 3,000 years ago, the answer would be yes. Have an entrance exam before your next live presentation. If there was a way to do that, I would do that. If there was a way to like just throw up like 5 or 6 questions and like you've got to get them all right in order to participate in the live stream, I would do it in a heartbeat. How often do the instruments update that magnetic pole shift? I mean, they're constantly monitoring it. Question is, how often do they let us know about any updates? LGP. Are there any stars that show signs of having gone? Dude. Man, why y'all being such bitches? Can a high Beaufort-Gyre concentration plus micronova impactors be a possible trigger for a younger Dryas event? Micronova can do it all by itself. But technically, yes. Wow, I missed a lot of them here. All right, we'll get to these. Hey, Ben, Denver sucks. You are correct. Been listening to you for 11 years. Thank you for your dedication. Do your homework, people. Yes, do your homework, people. Thanks for being as brilliant as our son. That's very kind of you. The son's probably smarter than me. Beaufort-Gyre question. Do we expect the warm places, California, Nevada, Florida, to get warmer, colder, or just the weather to get more extreme? Denver sucks. Galax, have you done the homework? If you've done the homework, you've seen exactly how the poles flip. You've seen exactly how the earth tilts. Florida's going to look more like Nova Scotia. California is going to look more like Washington. I don't consider Nevada to be a hot place necessarily. Parts of it are, yeah, Vegas is hot. But yeah, no. The United States is basically moving to the same latitudes in the south. So places like Colorado and Pennsylvania would be about the same temperatures, but everything else flip-flops. I missed the wind maps and views of our star to close. What happened? Well, the views of our star are at the beginning, and nobody was watching the wind maps, so I decided to get rid of them. Joe Peterson, hello, buddy. Good day, my friend. My son just got accepted to one of the top electrical engineering schools. Curious if there's any specific focus that may be of relevance to magnetic pole shift. No, just have him focus on and actually learning what he's doing there. And congratulations to your son as well. That's outstanding news. Jenna Bekoff theory, Ben Reed. All right, this person's saying, Ben, check out the Jenna Bekoff effect. First, you spelled that wrong. 2, I have 3 videos on exactly that. Do your homework. You know what? Here's a new thing. If you ask a question and I can tell you didn't do the homework, I'm blocking you and you will never be able to comment on any of my videos ever again. This is not fair to all the people who are actually doing the homework, who are asking real questions, and who want to actually learn something new. You say, oh, Ben, why are you getting so? Because you are fucking with the people who are actually doing the homework, the people who actually care about this. So if you're going to be a lazy fuck, I'm going to block you for life. For life. Thank you for sharing that paper from the captain, Ben. A nice confirmation of all you've been sharing for so long. That thing brings the truth. Yes, it does. Thank you for the comment there. Allison, thank you. How crowded do you think your area will become when shit hits the fan? Dude, there ain't no travel after the disaster. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. What are you planning to do during the catastrophe? Somebody hasn't been watching. Do you think the shift will cause random tornado, hurricane type storms? That's a yes. That's a yes. Dude, Nebulosity sniping people. I love this. What's up, buddy? Will Bitcoin be useful? Yeah, put all your money, sell your house, sell your car, sell your kids. Just put everything into Bitcoin. You're going to be in great shape. No links below on mobile app, dude. What you watching on a mobile app for? These are videos. Get it. And yes, there are links below on the mobile app. You're just not looking for them. You might have to click show more or swap the comments out for the description box. But yes, they're there. How old are the dinosaurs? How the would I know? Look at all these people sniped. I love it. Gotta love to see it. Love to see it. All right, I'm going to try to get to these super chats here because I've missed a lot. Barb, you just added Chan Thomas's book to your collection? That's fantastic. Bo, what's up, my friend? Struggling to imagine a means of surviving the increased radiation levels if the field weakens more quickly. I sunburn so easily already. Use your head, buddy. Use your head. What if Barnard's star drive-by dropped moon into earthly orbit 70,000 years ago, 10,000 years before the last 12,000 year cycle catastrophe? So first of all, Barnard's star has never been anywhere near us, suspect 0. But the Shoals star, red binary system, likely with planets, came through 72,000 years ago, exactly on the 12,000 year cycle, set off Toba, created all of the ancient stories about a red crossing planet in Nibiru and Planet X. That's where it all comes from, by the way. It's not here now. It's not coming now. It's called Shoals star, red binary. It came by 72,000 years ago. We can see it out in space now. It's a hypervelocity star, and it is 17 light years away from Earth and moving further away. Bruv, I was watching the wind maps and loved the music, but I get it. It's a lot of work. That's the other thing. Doing all that wind map stuff was hard. It was a pain in the butt. I want to participate in the conversation, but you've taught us all we need to know. Love the salt. Thanks. See you soon. Right on, Eddie. Appreciate that. That salt deserves some applesauce or applause. That one's on me. That salt deserves some applause. Block the D students. Yeah. Carolina Bays shows solar ejecta entered at an angle. Maybe last flip. Sure, this said before. Keep salt real. Denver blows and sucks. Right on, Green Star. Planet 9, thank you for the teal pair. You know that makes me happy. You know that makes me happy. Woo! The salt shaker is flowing today. Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Woo! Love it. My father told me about your channel. I appreciate your work. I will be doing my homework too and watching your channel. Slippin' Jimmy. That hits the ear nicely. Right on, buddy. You have a good one. Oh, did I skip one there? Nope. Thanks, Ben, for everything you do. Love you, bud. Right on. Back to you, Possum. Will the salt change the salinity of the ocean? Not by very much. Not by very much. Somebody's asking a question about how to teach their kids real science. The space weather learning playlist, maybe, but no, I don't make stuff for kids. I don't want to scare them, and I definitely don't want them getting in trouble by talking about this stuff in school. Definitely don't want that. Do you feel like you have all the folks you want for the ranch? Why? You interested? Can we survive a landmass shift if the crust slips? Yes, just like we did 12,000 years ago and 12,000 years before that. Is there a way to simulate what a CME would look like pointed in our direction? The scariest image of all time, probably. You know, Earth gets hit with CMEs regularly, right? It's just the really big one we don't want to see. And in the visible spectrum, it would look like nothing. Roughly how intense was the Carrington event? Approximately an X80 solar flare. Edgar Casey's pole shift map, question mark. Eh. If the magnetic north is moving clockwise, why isn't the southern one? First of all, what the hell do you mean clockwise? It's not moving clockwise. I don't even know what the heck that means. Beyond Organics Farm, yeah, the intermagnet stuff, super interesting. Super interesting. Oh, now my phone's blowing up. I'm curious if a precursor will be daytime aurora. It's possible. It's possible. That would be a serious thing. Did you cover Rust on the Moon yet? I did back when the story came out, and long time ago. But I've seen a lot of questions on that. For some reason, people are asking about that like years old story again. Like, when did that actually come out? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that came out 4 years ago. I covered it when it came out, but since so many people are asking about it, I do plan to talk about it again in the next couple of days. All right. Ben, salt will definitely change the salinity of the oceans, only if I drown. Martin, thank you for the support. Appreciate that. When is the ranch open? May, July? Well, as I said a couple minutes ago, we're hoping for May, might be June, depending on how much red tape I have to blast through. Ben, could you explain about the oceans coming in from the west of the shift is north to south? Living on an island in the UK trying to find safe space might prove difficult. So I don't know why you think the oceans would be coming in on you from the west. I don't know who told you that. I didn't tell you that. It's going to hit the UK from the south. No question about that. Anyway, is the salt in the Great Salt Lake from the ocean, or is it from your live streams? Half and half. Hey, Ben, been subbed since 2014. Right on, Mike. Makes you an SOOG. I like that I'm still getting Denver sucks in the chat every couple of minutes. It's very nice to see. Why is somebody saying happy birthday, Ben? It's almost my half birthday, where we're like getting close to as far away from my birthday as you could possibly be. If the polar region is near Texas, won't that be frozen after the shift? One, the polar region is not near Texas. Two, the polar region is not going to be near Texas. I have no idea where you're getting this. The new poles are going to be just offshore of India and South America. Where are you getting Texas, I Spy Focus? Where are you getting that? You have not done the homework. You want to get blocked? Why do you think that? Ben's neighbor built the Big Burb on the basis that electricity won't be used to start it up. It'll have to use air pressure. Yes, he did. He's not really my neighbor. He's my buddy who lives here in the city. Susan knows when my birthday is. Hello. Should batteries be stored shielded? No, they should be ignored. There is no point. Learn to live pre-industrial. No electricity. Jeff M. I swear, have you... Please watch. Please do the homework. Jeff, that's your warning. One more question that proves you didn't do the homework, you gone. Fine. I'm salty as right now. Okay. Ben, so that Navy paper is saying the magnetic field is actually lower than you suppose. No, it's not really. And it was an Air Force paper, by the way. And I don't know where he actually gets that information. I'll look into that a little more, I suppose. Are the people in India screwed once the pole's set near the Bay of Bengal? Yes. Yes. India's in big trouble. No offense, but I pray this catastrophe is wrong. Dude, I pray that every day. No offense taken. The reason why I scour several hundred articles every single week that I know are going to be on this topic is because for the last several years, I've been looking for anything in the world, any little crumb to hint that this isn't going down like I think it's going down. I'm praying to find it every single day. And every day it is a kick in the teeth. Have you done a video specifically on the local bubble? Yes, I have, a while ago. Seems like the best proof of a micronova more than anything. It is pretty good. Also would love specific info from you on solar system weather shifting. I am doing homework. Well, Earth disaster video. That's got everything that's happening in the solar system. As for the local bubble, yeah. It was a couple years ago when the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics noted that the sun was mysteriously at the exact center of the local bubble. Lucky us, huh? Annie Gunderson, thank you for the teal pair. I've been very salty the last few minutes. I appreciate that. Let's get more Denver Sucks in the chat. How would you suggest we protect our pets from stress and confusion during the flip? Oof. Just love them. People are more subject to stress and confusion. Best way to preserve seeds? You don't need to preserve them that much. I mean, seeds are seeds. Could a magnetic shift set off volcanoes? Mythos. Please do the homework. Please do the homework. Volcanoes come with every single one of these. They specifically trigger volcanoes. More specifically through the cosmic ray excitation of silica-rich magma changing its viscosity, which I've gone over a bunch of times, including in the homework. Ugh. In all seriousness, though, Denver sucks. All right, the person who's posting like Denver's longitude and that it sucks is really funny. You got sniped because you're spamming it, but yeah, it's funny. Mythos, okay, you're bad, but it's okay, dude. Less than an hour. You will be a top 0.1%, not even top 1%, top 0.1% world fucking expert on this stuff if you just spend 1 hour. 1 hour, buddy. That's all it takes, man. You don't need to say my bad. Just literally if you actually give a shit about this, just take the time to do it. Who doesn't want to be 0.1%? Dang. All right. Jeff, thank you for the teal pair. And Laura, thank you for the teal pair. They can tell I'm getting super salty right now. They can tell. I cannot read what is on your whiteboard. So you don't need to read what's on the whiteboard. What you need to do is watch the playlists down below the video, specifically the Earth disaster video and the solar micronova video. And you will know just about everything that there is to know. Meanwhile, my dumbass is on here every week casting pearls before swine. Ben, I'm new, and it is possible to find. And is it possible to find what video of yours will educate me on however we will do up in Western South Dakota? Dude, yes, Busted. Please do what I'm asking. The thing that I've for way too long been talking about in this live stream. Just do the homework. It will take you less than an hour, and you will be at God level knowledge of all of this shit. What is happening? What is actually happening right now? Instead of blocking them, direct them to the homework. Once has proven, watch those 2 videos, they may participate. How are they going to prove it? How are they going to prove it? And how am I going to block them from the chat without blocking them? And I don't know how to direct them to the homework any more than I've already been directing them to the homework. Appreciate the sentiment, Kathy, but ugh. Did you hear the theory of Betelgeuse, the star in Orion constellation? Someone theorized it was going through a micronova. You mean me? When it darkened a couple years ago, I was the one who said it was a dust production event micronova. Yeah, it happened already. Why won't we be able to come to the ranch after the end? Because there will be no traveling. Cars aren't going to work. The roads are going to be congested and strewn with the dead cars and dead people of whoever was out and trying to go places in the first couple of hours. Going out in any kind of venture means that you got to kill almost everybody between you and where you're going. Not likely to happen. And the weather is going to be horrendous. Not survivable. That's why you need the shelter underground. There will be no travel. Nobody is walking anywhere or driving anywhere after the disaster. As the disaster really starts to kick in, yeah, you may have a little bit of time to get to a bug out location. Not a lot. But after the disaster, you ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Goliath Slayer, thank you for the teal pair. I'm going to need constant desalinization right now, people. Constant desalinization, because I don't know what is happening right now in the chat. When do you think we'll see an increase on our weather, such as F6 tornadoes and Category 6 hurricanes in the next couple of years? That's going to happen well before the actual pole flip and micronova. I'm very confident of that. Very highly confident. Hi as the liberal potheads up in Denver. Susan, thank you for the teal pair. And Erica, thank you for the teal pair. Oh, I'm feeling better already. Feeling all better already. Okay, back for more salt. Do the Earth's fields affect the sun's ejections? No, they do not. Watching the Carrington app daily seems most ejections are left side, right side seems. All right, so Ronnie, I made a video called The Earth Facing Solar Quiet. Look for it on my channel. It's not that old. It was just a couple weeks ago. Ben, this isn't helping your blood pressure. My blood pressure is just fine, homie. How's yours? Nathan, you got to feel better. U.S. doesn't have many places for that elevation that's sufficiently far from the oceans. That's why he is in Colorado. Correct, Planet 9. All right, what else we got here? I'll tell you what, we ain't gonna be doing this much longer. I'm going to cardiac arrest. Dada, you got sniped, and I can't even feel bad about it. What are you doing just spamming the same shit over and over and over again? I have shunts and EMP protection on my vehicle. JD Durham ain't going to do it. That ain't going to do it. And if you have something like the EMP shield, great googly moogly. I'm a buy Ben a giant salt lick. I don't know if that'll help or hurt the situation, but yeah. Has the magnetic field drop caused Brandon's brain damage? It's a good question. Maybe. You are not one going to want to. No, you're not going to want to travel. You don't want to travel anywhere after the disaster happens. What's the prognosis of the Madrid fault zone? Do you mean the New Madrid fault zone or the New Madrid fault zone? It's effed. That one's going to shake like crazy. Do you guys have an underground bunker? My survival plan at the ranch is not for public knowledge. Micronova ejecting material from the sun, similar to Velikovsky's type ejection of the comet Venus. Not really, no. Velikovsky thought that it came out as one sphere, basically from Jupiter's great red spot. The micronova is a buildup of material throughout the solar corona, and then when the sun kind of clicks back on, it blasts it out in all directions. No, I don't think Australia has much of a chance, buddy. I'm sorry. It's a scary place to be. All right, what did I miss? Do basaltic asteroids come from past micronova shells? It's possible. I don't have any way of definitively answering you. It's a good question, though. Elizabeth says Denver sucks. I appreciate that so much, Elizabeth. Thank you. Do you think this is the furthest humanity made it? No. I think that 12,000 years ago, we were further than we are now. I don't think we made it as far as the last cycle. And I genuinely believe that. What's my favorite disaster movie? As I said during the last show, Snowpiercer, the one with Chris Evans. Remembered his name this time, huh? How far underground? How long? This far, at most a few days at a time. You definitely don't want to be in a deep underground bunker. That's a bad idea. You just need to be underground, protected from wind and hail and rapid temperature changes. And you won't need to be in there for very long. that our local hopes of promoting awareness. Can I contact you and ask for your input? I have some. Yeah, Rick, just send us an email. Patrick, are you asking the Velikovsky question again? Tony Rango says, how is Billy doing? I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. But that's by his choice. Shouldn't we be able to track the galactic current sheet reversal as it ripples through the galaxy, causing micronovas? Dylan? And no, we can't, because as I have said, different stars react differently. A red dwarf star is not going to micronova. It's going to have a super flare outburst. Two G-like stars like the sun in close orbit, like Alpha Centauri A and B, they are protecting each other. They're not going to do anything. And so every star is going to have a different reaction, and every star's reaction is going to take a different amount of pushing to do. So no, we can't, even though we can tell that the stars are going boom, 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 right at us, and the sun is next in line. Other than that, no, we cannot time it any other way. I don't know how many times I'm going to answer the same fucking questions. It's unreal. Have you covered precursor atmospheric events? Jeremy, about 1,000 fucking times. About 1,000 times. Please do the homework, Jeremy. Is there a video I can search from you to understand what would happen in Canada specifically? I got to say, this is a common thing. I expect to have to do this every live stream. To those of you who have done the homework and who are asking good questions, new questions, provocative questions, please accept my apologies for what's about to come out of my mouth and know that I am not speaking to you. But for everyone else, this is the most fucking pathetic display I have ever seen. Pathetic. You guys are, if you can't follow simple directions like this, good luck. Good luck when this all goes down. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. No more snowflakes. After I go through these super chats, we are going to end this. Ronnie, thank you. Any Big Burb updates? Do you follow Big Burb on Twitter? You should. Boudica, thank you for the teal pair. Squatcha says, let the salt flow. Once again, some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Been following you for years. Denver sucks. Thank you, Squatcha. Alan, thank you for the teal pair. So based off giant graveyards of animals in Alaska, like on Joe Rogan, you mean the boneyards? How many animals do you think will form a mass migration column? Also, you think they will know where to go? Many will. Of course, the wave is going to sweep a bunch of them all together, and so you wouldn't really be able to tell if they were spread out everywhere or marching in a line because they're all going to get swept up like a Swiffer duster. Will trees stop germinating for decades to centuries during the excursion? No. Everything would die on this planet. No, that's not going to happen. Squatcha, thank you for the teal pair again. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little snipes. Teal from Blissfully Lala. Thank you, question mark. Question mark. But like the name Mark, that's a heck of a creative one there, dude. Props on your username. Ben, was that a Chris Rock impression from The Fifth Element? Chris Tucker? Yeah. Commercial! Yeah. That was a Chris Tucker impression from The Fifth Element. Ben, is it okay if I lovingly refer to you as Disaster Guy when I talk to my friends and family? Sure. Barbarian, thank you for the hand clap. Ben, been following since 2011. Fukushima was wild. I've learned so much from you. You're changing lives, Ben, for the better. You were my segue into questioning mainstream science. Emily, what a nice comment. Emily Lindsay, thank you so much. Do you find any connection between the pole shift and the apocalypse? Jesus, Patricio. I'm just gonna sit here and stare at Emily Lindsay's comment another minute. That was so kind, my friend. Thank you. So curious what you think if Carolina Bays show clear evidence of sun ejecta-blast last flip. Much thanks for kicking our asses. So maybe yes, but also if one of the micronova impactors hit the Laurentide ice sheet and just flung huge chunks of ice, they could have done it too. The Carolina Bays are fascinating, but I don't think we have any definitive answers on those. And I think we got a couple trolls out there. A couple? Yeah, I'd say so. Let them eat salt. Absolutely. What are your thoughts on the upcoming solar eclipse? Nothing. I think nothing of the upcoming eclipse. Absolutely nothing of the upcoming eclipse. Soul Lounger, thank you for the teal pair. Ben, how did the lakes become freshwater again after the continental floods? I don't think that all the lakes do. But a lot of the lakes aren't leftover water. And the water recedes pretty darn well. Don't forget also the rain that happens in the immediate wake of the micronova. You'll feel like it's Noah's time out there. Biblical levels of rain. Biblical levels of rain. Fair question, Thomas. Thank you for the teal pair, D Grizz. Appreciate that. What happens to the blue hairs that get the Elon chips when the sun micronovas? We will never have to worry about them again. In the Air Force paper, it said the Quebec blackout of 1989 occurred 90 seconds after the solar event. How is that possible for the energy to propagate faster than the speed of light? It didn't propagate faster than the speed of light. 90 seconds after we saw the flare, which means the flare had already gotten to us. It was already here. And this is the solar flare magnetic crochet that I've been really hitting on a lot the last couple of weeks. How it's not just when a CME hits us. If a solar flare is big enough, the magnetic crochet itself can trigger blackouts and major electrical currents to be induced throughout the earth. Wonderful old documentary, The Last Druid, seen it, focuses on past cataclysms, shows why the Irish souterrains were storm shelters, not food storage. Interesting, Planet 9. All right, guys, we're going to almost call it here. What I meant was, what videos can I check out to become educated about the atmospheric precursors? Denver sucks. These ones. That, and you can watch the solar climate forcing videos I did and just picture them more extreme. Stronger storms, wilder jet streams, higher wind, hotter hots, colder colds, more rain, worse floods, worse droughts, worse lightning, worse hail, more extreme everything. Everything? Everything. Anybody know what that's from? Anyway. All right, guys. Before I do something crazy like have an aneurysm or delete my fucking YouTube channel, we're just going to call it there. For those of you, and I'd say it's got to be like the majority of you, thank you for doing what you do and caring. For the rest of you, Jesus, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. You're in trouble when this goes down. Pete Benson, hello, my friend. That's a good way to end this. And yes, Pete, we're looking forward to seeing you again. I'll give you a big hug, dude. All right, guys. I will catch you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.